We're going to see a friendship crumble before our eyes. Can't wait for it. All right, folks, welcome back to another week of picks and predictions. NFL Week 7. Okay, let's get into it. Last week I went 9-6, which put me at a clean 56-37, which is a cool 60% on the season. Not bad, I'd say, especially seeing as though I started out the first 3 weeks at 50% combined. So we're still trending in the right direction. A lot of crazy shit went on this past week too, with the 49ers and Eagles both losing, so I feel like most people were wrong on those ones. The Bills decided to keep everybody tight, so I'm going to say that I did do pretty well, and I'm happy with it. Jumping into Thursday Night Football, we're going to have the Jaguars versus the Saints. The Jaguars are looking like a significantly better team than the Saints. The Saints are okay, I guess, but they're really barely hanging in there. They are 3-3, so I guess that's good. Their defense is proving to be all right. Very mid-team, but the Jaguars, even with the loss of the Bills, they kept that very close. This past week, they decided to have a nice commanding win, and I think that they are the real deal, so we are going with the Jags. Falcons-Bucks, a nice divisional hot game. The Bucks did look bad last week, but I think they were just put in their place a little bit. I don't think that's going to last. The Bucks are going to take this one away and continue to lead their division. Grab yourself a fresh subscription to TSST. Next up, we're going to have Raiders-Bears. I don't think this is much of a choice, though the Raiders are not, what I would consider a good team. The Bears are a crap team. They are a tank team. They are going to be looking towards the future team. So we're going to have the Raiders. Browns-Colts, this one might be good, and if Deshaun Watson's not in, it'll definitely be good. PJ Walker wasn't all that good. The defense stepping it up, making sure to give a nice win over the 49ers. I'm going to have to side with the Browns on this one, though I do think it's going to be pretty close because the Browns' offense is suffering this year. But their defense is going to keep them in this game. Browns. Commanders versus the Giants. Don't be fooled with the Giants keeping it close to the Bills. The Bills sucked absolute eggs. So that was not a good showing for the Giants either. I'm definitely going to have to pick the not Giants on this one. A divisional round, so we never know. But yeah, we're gonna take the Commanders on it. Lions versus the Ravens. This one's gonna be a real hay burner. Oh, two very good teams. Let's see who can come out on top. This is gonna really decide a lot. I'm really hoping that the Ravens decide to lose here. That would help my Bengals out a whole bunch, and that would be super cool. The Lions have proven to be the real deal this year. They're currently 5-1. They have had kind of easy opponents for the whole season, but they also did beat the Chiefs, which is not an easy opponent, though they don't look like they used to. Either way, I think the Lions are definitely going to get away with this one, but it's going to be a very good game to tune into. Bills-Patriots. A nice classic. The Bills get to beat the Patriots game. Western New York will never get old to being able to do that, but the Patriots absolutely suck. And even though the Bills seem to be struggling and their defense is pretty beat up, I think they'll make short work of the Patriots. Bills. Don't forget to take a sip off the like button. Cardinals versus the Seahawks. The Seahawks are proving to be a fairly decent team this year. 3 wins, so they're in the topper part of mostly everyone's in. The Cardinals proving to be better than we all expected. Honestly, I think the Seahawks are a beatable team, and you gotta get a little risky with some of these picks sometimes. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I think the Seahawks are the better team, for sure, but I just feel like it might be that week. I'm definitely hoping for it. You gotta pull ahead somehow. Every week has something funny going on. Now you got something funny too. Cardinals. Steelers versus the Rams, not even a question. I don't care if the Steelers were leading the division for a few days. Fuck them. The Rams are going to win. Chargers versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been struggling lately, though they keep pulling out the wins, and they are 5-1, so they're keeping commanding lead. The Chargers, though, they're struggling, and they're not pulling out wins, and they're just not doing it. I think the Chargers have been fraudulent for years. I think it's really showing this year. I don't see the Chiefs losing this game, so we are picking Chiefs. Packers versus the Broncos. That's right, we're going to have the Perna versus Grassi. We're going to see a friendship crumble before our eyes. Can't wait for it. The Packers are definitely going to win, though. Packers, not a very good team, but that's all right. They're rebuilding. They're in a whole little limbo of their own. The Broncos are not supposed to be in a rebuilding mode, and they fucking suck. So yeah, the Packers are going to win. Dolphins versus the Eagles, another good game to tune into this week. That'll be an exciting one. I am giving the Dolphins the edge. I think that they are the better team. The Eagles have had closer games throughout this season than the Dolphins have. The Eagles only have one win on the Dolphins, so realistically it's right there, neck and neck. I think the Dolphins are the more complete team. The Eagles are a super good team. This one's going to come down to a kick. I'd betcha. So we're going to go with the Dolphins. 49ers versus the Vikings. The 49ers have seemed to run out of gold in their hills, and they need to go beat up on the Vikings to steal theirs. The 49ers getting a bad loss against the Browns, though the Browns defense is the real deal, so I think people are a little too shocked about that. The 49ers in general are the real deal, so I don't know. Anyways, they're going to beat up and down those Vikings. I do not see a scenario where the Vikings beat the 49ers here. Whereas with the Browns, I did see a scenario for that happening, so yeah. I'm going to have to go with the 49ers for this one. We have 6 bye teams this week. Bengals, the Boys, the Jets, the Titans, the Texans, and the Panthers. Panthers fans, I'm sure, excited to just be able to not lose a week. So good job, Panthers. This is the first week you're not going to have a loss. Good job. Good job for you. As for the Bengals, another week for Joe Burrow to get himself back to as close to 100% as he can. He's been looking great the past few weeks. I'm excited to see how this goes forward. I've got the joy put back into me. After this bye week, hopefully he can get himself nice and right, and all the pieces should be moving on that team. If I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be happy for bye. They need to get things right. Though they do have a respectable 4-2 record going into this bye, it feels like they're more like a 2-4 team, at least to me personally. They are stealing out some wins, but they are a little janky as a team. Jets coming off a nice big win. They're going to want this week, get their plan back together. Hey, maybe they can hang in there long enough. Maybe Rodgers can come back. Who knows what's going to happen, but I think they are happy that they're getting a bye. The Titans and the Texans have a bye week. I don't know. Everybody gets one, and I guess theirs is now. I feel like the other teams are more jubilant that it's early in the season than they might be. I don't know. It's just my opinion based on pretty much nothing. This has been NFL Week 7 Picks with TSST. Thank you for tuning in. Leave some love in the comments. Tell me what picks you would have chosen. Tell me what I got wrong. Tell me anything you want down there. And have yourself a good rest of your week.